How y'all doing today? I'm going to make this video on homemade baby food. This is my son Kal-El. He is now 6 months old and he got his first tooth. We started him on baby food, but every time we go to the store we have to get one of these packages of baby food, and he eats more than this, and 2 of these cost $2 to $3, maybe more, depending on the name brand. And we're like, there has to be a better way than this to give him the nutrition that he needs and not cost us an arm and a leg to feed him. Homemade baby food. I went out yesterday, and I got this butternut squash. I'm going to cut this into chunks. I'm going to boil it like you would a potato. Some people roast it in the oven. Boil it like you would a potato. You're going to put it in the boiling water and you're going to cook it until it's soft. Then I'm going to put it into my blender. I have a puree button on my blender, which is going to do the same thing a food processor would, and blend it until it's nice and smooth and baby food consistency. Then other people I saw are storing it or freezing it in ice cube trays. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use these breast milk bags. You could do the same thing in these. Put your serving in that you're divide your baby food into servings, put them in this bag. This bag you could put in the freezer, and it will do the same thing that ice cube tray does, except for you don't have to take the extra step of taking out the ice cube tray, put into the bags 24 hours later. You just put it in here, put it in the freezer, freeze it up, then when you're ready to use it, take it out like you would breast milk, put it in a little warm water till it thaws out, ready to go. So let's see how this works. My first step is I'm going to peel and chop this into chunks. I took the butternut squash, I cut the top off, and then I cut it in half. Now I took the one half, and this is what I'm doing. I've got my knife, and I'm just cutting the skin right off. And that's all. And then you keep going around and doing the same thing. After peeling all the skin off the butternut squash and cutting it into chunks like this. Besides this piece, you see this here? This is where the seeds are. It's kind of like a pumpkin, like when you cut a pumpkin open, you gotta scrape it all out to make the jack-o'-lantern. We need to get this all out. So you get your spoon. It might be a little easier with a knife. But you get it all in here, and you just scrape it out, and you throw it in the garbage. And you're left with this all cleaned out. Then you cut this into chunks like you did all the other little pieces. And I have some water here boiling. I'm going to add the little pieces into the water. I now added all the squash into the boiling water, and this should boil for 15 to 20 minutes until they're softened. Then we'll drain the water and we'll go from there. Alright, now I've boiled the squash for 15 to 20 minutes. I drained all the water out. It's been sitting for a few minutes to cool down. I have out my blender. I have a puree button on my blender, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to add the squash into the blender. I did about half. And we're going to puree it. I added all the squash to the blender, and I put it on the puree, and it got to the consistency that I want it. Blended it all up. Now we're going to scoop it out of here. bowl waiting here. Peeling, cutting, boiling, blending. This is what we got. A bowl of baby food. Now. Okay, I just finally finished blending it all in the blender. Here, there's still some in there I have to get out. On the puree, I'm going to grab the storage bag I told you I was going to use. This is a breast milk storage bag that you can use in the freezer or the refrigerator. It doesn't matter. I'm going to open the bag. I'm going to roll it over so you don't get any on the Ziploc part. Open it up. I'm going to get my tablespoon and I'm going to put 3 heaping tablespoons of squash into the bag. Okay. We're going to roll the bag back over. I probably could have did another one. You're going to do 3 to 4 tablespoons into the bag. You're going to close some of the Ziploc part now all the way. And you're going to squeeze the air out. Like that. And now it's ready to go into the freezer. Once it's frozen and you're ready to use it again, you take it out, put it in some warm water so it thaws out, and you're ready to use it. Use your baby food. Alright, thanks. Have a great day.